T-Rex, so patient, waiting for us. We're playing with our strings. Ready, Steve? Are we getting used to Steve having his summer cut yet? It's called the lion cut. All right, let's go out the door. Come on. Yeah. Oh, why not run into this Friday, last day of May? Looking really pretty. Steve, you coming with us? Yes. Uggs, that's right. He's got Uggs. Who was that? Thank you so much for the comments, everybody, on YouTube. Sorry, I can't remember all the names, so I didn't check the temperature. It was kind of cold, I know, in northern New England this morning. We're at 54 degrees at 6:42. The tide is high. The tide is high at sunrise and sunset when there's a quarter moon. When there's a full moon or a new moon, the tide is high lunchtime and midnight. And there's the moon right there. So this is the quarter moon, halfway to a new moon. And it's gorgeous. Thank you, high pressure system that has some pretty chilly air. Temperatures this morning at 6 a.m. Some 40s in southeastern Massachusetts, many 30s, 39 North Adams, and 32 up around Whitefield and Pittsburgh in New Hampshire. Pretty chilly morning. Not sure where that cloud came from. I didn't look at the satellite yet. And the only kind of fronts that are going to come at us now are going to be warm fronts this morning. This gorgeous air. As national map, frost and freeze advisories in effect from about 9 states, from Washington into the Great Lakes and here in the Northeast, where it was 32 this morning. Frost advisory. Texas is the trouble spot this morning, with the flooding and the ongoing severe weather day after day. That's the boundary between the cool air that's now coast to coast in the northern United States and the hot weather in South Texas heat advisories. And right on that northern edge of that heat, that's where our severe weather is ongoing this morning, even as the sun comes up in Texas. So what's that weather going to do? Well, this high pressure system is sprawling. When you're on the front side of the high, you're on the cooler side, but the sun is as high as it gets in the sky for the next 4 weeks with that high sun angle and an offshore flow. We warm from the 40s through the 50s, 60s, 70s, almost 80 degrees today and tomorrow. Here's the Sterling, Massachusetts 3 to 5 day. Dew point only in the 40s today. Sunburn weather, dry weather. Watch the grass gardens grow right before your very eyes. The dew point comes up a little over the next few days. There's some instability, cloudiness in the atmosphere. The rising air will produce these cumulus clouds this afternoon, and they'll dissipate right at sunset. And that'll repeat tomorrow. No, there's no cloud tomorrow. Tomorrow is a sunburn factor of a 10 out of 10. Probably be a little onshore flow at some of the beaches, but it's beach weather. Surf's not big, 2 feet 8 seconds at Boston. And then Sunday, the little system's coming at us, so we have to watch the backside of these high pressure systems off, and that's where the rough weather is. And the backside of this high is not actually getting here for several days. Let's show the Sunday morning map. There is a low coming across Pennsylvania Sunday. That's the storm from Texas. So why don't we just go right to the Euro, try and make this a fast weather forecast. On the backside of this high, as it moves off, you see that low coming out of Texas across the Mississippi River Valley, coming up into Pennsylvania, and then look at that. It kind of takes a right along the coast, south of New England. That's something to watch. You know, that storm we had yesterday and the day before, timeout, dropped more than an inch of rain. Boston at Logan Airport ended up with 1.48 inches of rain yesterday. The daily record for May 30th is 1.52, so we were very close to a daily record rainfall in Boston. That got us to close to 5 inches of rain for the month of May. And this system is not going to do that. However, it is a low, go back into motion, that's going right across Long Island. I've mentioned several times that I'm not convinced that this is going to be a total miss, but it looks like it tries to just miss. But the fact that it's going off to our south, that means we're going to have a kind of a flow from the east and the northeast on Tuesday, or later Monday into Tuesday. And I mentioned this yesterday, we may not end up with that southwesterly flow on the backside of this high. It looks like some shenanigans from southeastern Canada will set up a warm front to our south. And so what that'll mean is more of a gray type sky starting probably about Wednesday or so, or maybe most of next week we'll have more clouds than sun, but it looks like it's going to stay fairly dry. It'd be the coast would be in the 60s, inland in the 70s to near 80. We can show that 3 to 5 day, change it to a 14 day now for Sterling, Massachusetts. You see the 14 day, it stays pretty steady there in the 70s, so pretty quiet and kind of comfortable for early June into next week, with the showers and the clouds getting thicker and possibly off and on again next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, let's get back to that Euro and take it through next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You do see the 564 and the 570 thickness, but you can also make out an indentation in the isobars that would indicate there's a warm front. A sprawling low pressure system there in Western Ontario is going to kind of just mark time in the Great Lakes, shedding little pieces of it that may try and actually go to our west and our south. That would keep us more of in a southeasterly flow than a southwesterly flow, with chances of showers and probably fog at the coast the second half of next week. So we're on that schedule where we do get the rougher weather on Wednesday through Friday time period, and hopefully it would clean up for next weekend. I mean, the 10-day has so often shown bad weather for our Saturdays, and it's ended up perfect. Tomorrow's another example. I think at one point about 7 days ago it had yesterday's system lingering into tomorrow, and we said that's not going to happen, and it did not happen. All right, so I know some of my audio problems with this. When I zoom out, it changes the microphone from the microphone in the front to the microphone in the back. That's why it sounds like my voice goes soft, even though I'm speaking in the same tone, loud enough to wake up my neighbors. Can you hear us in there, Leif? Hey, Captain. What a gorgeous morning. You know, you can take these ferries just for the fun of it. They're called commuter ferries, but from Hingham to Boston. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats moored right in this view. Now I widen back out to a half a zoom. Now that other microphone turns on and it sounds better, right? And there's that glitch. This phone has to go back again. It has to really be replaced. That's not fun. I do not like going to the Apple store. All right, one more time with the audio. Goes to the other microphone. And so the Enmore yesterday, it started off wet, and I ended up with close to an inch of rain. Oh, look, Steve is all tangled up, as if I'm ever going to go riding in a bicycle. Sorry, Steve. We'll get this undone. Where are you? Okay. The Enmore yesterday, just watching the sky clear, working in the garden, measuring the rain. My friends, Chick Knight and Gail, went to the Rolling Stones yesterday. Gail, is that your toenail? Outstanding. Yeah, I heard it was a great show, great time. And we were here watching the sun go down, trying to save some more of the garden. I mean, can I buy any more products to try and stop the rabbits? Repelzol, mace, liquid fence. Trying to reclaim the garden. Ended up with another 0.3 that got me to about an inch of rain yesterday. And going in there, getting out the dill. Anybody need any dill? I found some treasures. I found 1, 2, I think over there 3, 4 tomato plants. So it's really fun when you do weed. Eventually you find some treasures. Treasure of sunshine, sunburn weather. Work is play, play is work. I'm gonna do some power washing, and then we get our training for Friends of Bass River. Water testing today. We'll be in Out the Door Weather and More tomorrow. Talk to you then. I wish this could happen in the wintertime, going past 2 o'clock. Backlash rains. If this were winter, we'd have another 1.5 inches of snow on the backside, or snow would have changed to rain. The water temperature off of Boston is 56 and the air temperature is 52. This is pure cold backside backlash. That's what happens when the low moves off to your east instead to your northeast. It's got a tail. He's got a tail, but he looks like a cow. He's grazing. T-Rex, you grazing. What's going on? Everything okay there with your tummy? At least it qualifies as another rinse. Rinsing all this stuff out of the air and off the trees. Close to an inch of rain. So May is going to go in the books. Close to 6 inches of rain in Boston. Picking up where we left off last year almost. Not quite as wet, but wet and cold. Why am I wearing shorts? I don't know. That's what happens from now until about October. Hey, can you mow in the rain? Jerry, you mind if I mow your lawn? 4 o'clock. It finally stopped raining, and here comes the sun. And there's Steve looking kind of funny as we have to get used to his new haircut. And he's going back in. That was short. What's wrong? Kind of chilly.
Rolling Stones are playing the 100th show to ever play at Gillette.
All right, Steve, you can come out without a leash just because Chuck's talking about the Stones. He went the other way.
And also, they have their song vote where you could vote for the special request that they do at every show. And the choices were Emotional Rescue, Out of Time, Live With Me, or Monkey Man. Voting is closed.
But you don't know the answer, right?
Don't know the answer, so they will do that during the show. I'll take anything. So for everybody heading to the show, everybody who wishes they were heading to the show, the Rolling Stones live at 5 from ZL.
I even shaved a spot for you, Steve. I shaved it down so you can walk around there with less fur. And your Uggs. Nice Uggs, bro.
It kind of repeats itself. Count 4, guilty. Count 5, guilty. Count 6, guilty.
Really?
Count 7, guilty. Count 8, guilty. Count 9, guilty.
Nice cloud waves.
Guilty.
There's the edge of the cloud. We'll always have the sky. Waves. And an osprey. Come on, let's see you catch something for us. Dinner time. Osprey and a 747. Osprey is faster. Plane's taking off to the east. Osprey hunting off Raccoon Island. Paramount. How's neck? Come on, catch something for us. Do it. Go. They get neutral. Osprey has neutral. Break on through. Break on through. Break on through. The sun just broke on through for the end of the day. TK just broke on through. Some more of the dill weed. Applied some more of the liquid defense against the wabbits. And it turned beautiful, as usual. Another day goes in the books. Just your average day, right? Right. How about a time lapse of the rain ending at about 2 o'clock and the sun coming out and going down even further than it is now. Farther. The Peony did not open today. Did they stay closed on cloudy days? Another week of Peony. Did anyone lose a big ball or a white bird? Fishing for dinner at sunset. And it's a beauty.